What's up, everyone? It's TheOneJame, and today we are playing Rakdos Vampires from the Pro Tour. This deck won it all, won the whole thing. Seth Manfield is an absolute god-tier human being, and he won with this deck. No, I didn't make this deck. No, I didn't brew this deck, but we're going to be playing it today for you to see how the deck plays out. Maybe you haven't seen it yourself. Maybe you want to try it and see how someone plays with the deck first. This is going to be in Pioneer, and this is Explorer, but it's the closest thing. It's very, very close to Pioneer right now. Anyway, we have a Duress and 4 Thoughtseize in the main deck, along with 4 Fatal Push for the removal spells, 2 Smugglers, Copter as well, and the rest is Fable the Mirror Breaker and a bunch of Vampires. We have Bitter Triumph, of course, it's a removal spell. We have 4 copies of Dusk Legion Zealot, which is a 1 and a black for a 1/1, and when it ETBs, you lose a life and draw a card. Super simple, right? Well, you can sacrifice it with Sorin, Imperious, Bloodlord in order to Lightning Helix something, but you can also -3 this to put a vampire from your hand onto the battlefield. What are we putting into play? Vein Ripper, a new card from the new set. 6 mana, 6/5, flying, Horde Sack a creature. Whenever a creature dies, target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life, so it's like an upgraded Blood Artist. We also have Preacher of the Schism, which is also a vampire, super popular in Standard, and it's making its way into Pioneer. And that's also a vampire. Also a vampire, Bloodtithe Harvester, which is one of the best 2-drops in the whole entire format. We also have 4 copies of Mutavault, which are also vampires that you can put 1/1 counters on and give them lifelink with Sorin, Imperious, Bloodlord's first ability. You can also sacrifice the Mutavault to Lightning Helix something if you need to do that. We have 3 copies of Cavern of Souls, which is good against blue-white control, being able to protect Bloodtithe Harvester and Vein Ripper and things from being counterspelled. We also have 2 copies of Hive of the Eye Tyrant in the mana base as well, and that completes our utility lands, outside of 1 copy of Takenuma, Abandoned Mire. Our sideboard here consists of 2 copies of Duress, 2 Liliana of the Veil, 2 Path of Peril, 1 Sheoldred the Apocalypse, 1 more Bitter Triumph, 3 Dampening Sphere, which could be different in Explorer if you only play Explorer on Arena, because this is usually for Lotus Field decks, and the only Lotus Field deck on Arena is the blue-white one, I believe, but we're not going to have to deal with actual like blue-green Lotus Field combo, I don't believe, in Explorer. I don't think we have all the cards for that deck yet. And 4 copies of Lane on the Void for graveyard decks. You know, the old Grease Fang and what's it called? The Phoenix deck. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the matches. Hopefully we do well with this deck. I haven't played it yet, so we'll see how it does. It all starts right now.
Command Fest Dallas is coming April 19th to the 21st. So saddle up and get ready to hit the trail for a weekend full of Magic the Gathering. Get your tickets now.
Alright, we are going to keep this. We don't have red mana yet, but we do have a draw card. We have a Sorin. We're playing against Yorion, so having a creature on turn 2 is pretty important. Having double Fatal Push is pretty bad. Thoughtseize probably gets rid of our Sorin or our Dusk Legion Zealot. Having 2 creature lands against the Yorion deck is pretty good. We got rid of our Sorin, how dare they. This Sulfurous Springs is really strong, because it casts Bloodtithe Harvester on turn 2, which is better than the Dusk Legion. They're playing Yorion, Godless Shrine Swamp, so they're probably actually playing a Doom Foretold deck. Which is quite awkward. I mean, Mutavault is really good against Doom Foretold. They probably have Fatal Push here. Yep. Go ahead and play this, and then Blackcleave Cliffs afterwards. Hopefully we draw Thoughtseize here. Fortunately, we drew another copy of Blackcleave Cliffs, which is awful. At least we'll get to discard this Fatal Push. Or this Blackcleave Cliffs. There you go. I don't think they're playing any creatures to get Fatal Pushed. Yep, they're playing Doom Foretold. The only thing I have to hope for is that we actually don't... Is if they do... I hope they don't have Doom Foretold, obviously. Ooh, Thoughtseize is perfect here. They actually have 3 Rite of Oblivion? So we're going to lose our Preacher regardless? We cast it? Wow. I mean, I guess we just have to cast it. Like, making them sack their Trial Ambition is not nothing. 3 Rite of Oblivion? Oh my gosh, Hopeless Nightmare. That was a really good draw, because then they get to sack this and scry 2. Wow. It's a really good draw. Quite possibly the best draw on the deck. So now they're in a weird spot, right? Because they need lands. They need lands and spells. And we can just attack them. Hit them with the Hive and exile their right. You don't have the right to play this card. Okay, this deck is notorious for losing to creature lands, so we'll see if they actually draw a Doom Foretold. They drew Restoration of Ganja, which is so good right now. It brings back their Hopeless Nightmare. And hits their land drop. Oh my god. And they get to discard that. I guess we get to exile their Hopeless Nightmare. Or we don't actually have to, or we could just play both of these cards. Then they get to just like Rite of Oblivion or Fable. They get to discard, bring it back. I guess playing Fable's wrong, right? We should just exile their Hopeless Nightmare. Because, like, they're going to discard this to bring... They're just not going to bring back anything. Unless they just top deck something. 5th land. The Zealot's pretty good. I guess we could just keep hitting with the Hive. We're going to draw a card off this castle. We're going to get a 3/4. Can I have back my Fatal Push? Creature. Is that better than casting Fable here? Probably. Just because I would rather Creature get removed than Fable. Like, I understand that the 2/2 is probably good. We're gonna get rid of one of our cards. But the 2/4 Death Touch attacks into the 3/4 better than our Fable does, but they're gonna remove it anyway. They drew a land. They're gonna sacrifice their Trial of Ambition to get rid of my Preacher. And then we get to get rid of their right with the Hive, with a Sorin. Sorin doesn't do anything right now. Gosh, right plus Architect's really good. I guess I'll just attack them again. Multiple rights are really annoying. Also, this Architect's really annoying with Rite of Oblivion. And they can use 2 Rite of Oblivions. Not that they would do that this turn, though. We can also Lightning Heal extend if they hit them for 1. We can just sack a Vampire and hit them for 3. So that if they take a damage, we actually kill them. Not that they would, though. Ooh, Bitter Triumph. We can Bitter Triumph. Pay 3 life on this. We can Sorin have this attack through that. We could have just attacked with 2 Mutavaults, but I kind of want to play a spell. I think I'll play a Fable. I think attacking is good here, because attacking them with Mutavault. Oh my god, it's a Wandering Emperor? I was not expecting that. Definitely not what I was expecting. A bit of a nice trip, just want to make sure you use the changes I posted on Discord for when you play my submitted deck. Sounds good. Now what do we do? You just play Fable and pass, and then they remove it. We're at 7. That restoration of Aganja was so good. Made me play this game totally differently. Also, top decking Wandering Emperor was amazing. I mean, at least they can't take a single damage or else they lose. But it's gonna be really hard to do that damage. Kind of like, I would say I have to block this and then just get rid of my Fable. I'm just gonna block this because I have a menace creature here. Oh wow. They do have Rite of Oblivion, and they do have a creature to sacrifice, so Vein Ripper's not really going to do anything, right? I could attack them with the Hive. And then they're forced to double... They're not forced to double block. I could give Mutavault Death Touch and Lifelink. Sack a Vampire, deals 3 damage to any target, you gain 3 life. This is hard. If I just use Sorin to play the Vein Ripper, it just gets killed. I can animate Mutavault, sack it to drain. Which kind of feels weird. Like, they can get rid of my Sorin with the Rite of Oblivion, but then they have to sack a creature to do that, and then I might be able to kill them with the Hive. Because if they don't get rid of my Sorin, then they lose. Weird game. They're gonna hit me for 3. And then they might... And then they have to Rite of Oblivion, sack the 1/1, kill the Sorin. Then they might, like, Rite of Oblivion again. But if they do that, they lose to Hive. Unless they Rite of Oblivion, sack the Emperor. Or they make a 1/1. Yeah, they make a 1/1. And then they Rite of Oblivion, sack the Fable. Or they're gonna leave it in the graveyard. I wonder if they drew a removal spell. I kind of have to go for it, though. Casting Vein Ripper doesn't seem good, because I can just sack a creature. They drew a removal spell or another Emperor. We're, like, super dead. If I cast Vein Ripper and pass, they... Rite of Oblivion, my Vein Ripper, sacking a 2/2, trigger ward Sakatutu. But if they do that play, they draw a card with this, they lose. If they do the play I just said, they lose. Okay, I think the play is just cast this then. Because it plays around removal and also plays around Wandering Emperor. Companion is a pretty good card for them. It gives them sacrifice fodder. Oh, they just scoop to it? Why didn't they just remove it? Oh my god, that was actually really freaking close. So we want Sheoldred. We want Liliana. We want Duress. We don't want Fatal Push. Bitter Triumph is fine because they have Wandering Emperor. Creature, honestly, is a little bit bad, but I think any creature is fine. I just don't know how good Bitter Triumph actually is. I might just cut the Bitter Triumph and just like play it like this. It'll be fine. This is going to be a keep. We don't have Sorin, but we have Liliana and Dusk Legion to help draw a land. We're also on the draw. That was a really good draw. I'm playing some Standard at some point today. I will not be, unfortunately. Let's do this. And what plays around Fatal Push the best? I guess Dusk Legion does. Because it helps us draw right away instead of us having to use a blood. Also draws Thoughtseize. What's up, Willy Wonka? Yep, sack this. That's fine. All right, let's draw a. That's not it. All right, I think we're just playing Liliana. I do want to pressure their life total, but I also do want to play around Rite of Oblivion. So I guess I'm just gonna go Thoughtseize Bloodtithe here. Treacherous Blessing? Jesus Christ. Really beat that card. I guess I'll take their only castable spell and hope they don't draw a land. If they draw a land, we're probably just dead. Untap land specifically. Sick. And we also drew a land. Go ahead and hit them. And we need to make sure they don't use the Get Lost profitably. They have a Fatal Push. So they can't use Get Lost this turn. Which means we should probably just play Lily. Nah, it might be just Fable. Actually, we should draw a card first. We should go Blood and try to draw freaking Sorin. Alright. No Sorin, but it's fine. See if they hit a land drop this turn. They actually hit it. That's unfortunate. Okay, I think we're just going to cast Vein Ripper here. I don't think we need Dusk Legion anymore. Now we're just trying to draw like Thoughtseize and stuff. I don't even know if we need Preacher, but it's a threat. Cavern of Souls. Cavern named Vampire. Autumn, how's it going? I like that Vein Ripper's actually castable in this deck. You like jamming Fable the previous turn to make sure we hit our land drops? That's fair. Vanishing Verse? My 2/2. Another. Oh no! They drew Trial of Ambition again. Goodbye, Vein Ripper. At least we get to drain them for 2. That was sad. Get to do this, and this, and this. Then we're gonna get our Liliana Get Losted, but then we can Reflection the Preacher and get 2 triggers. It was like pretty good. And if they don't get lost to Liliana, we're still in a good spot. The Mutavault's gonna be really good here. They have a Restless Fortress, which can gain life and attack stuff. They're taking a life for every spell they cast, which is also good. Like, they can add Yorion if they drew a land here, and then they get to sack 2 things. They're looking for a land, right, for Yorion. I don't think they have time to... I guess they could have a Sweeper. They could have, like a Languish. Or just Scoop. Sick. And a mulligan. I'm gonna keep this, but it's not very good. Now it's a little bit better, but it's still not as good because we can't cast Harvester on 2, which is super annoying. Oh my god. Teferi Tezzeret Supreme Verdict? This Teferi is... What is happening? They have artifacts? Guess we'll take the Tezzeret. That's like the scariest card in their hand. I don't care about Supreme Verdict. Oh, what a draw. I think we go Copter anyway here instead of Bloodtithe. Do they just draw no more lives for turn? Augury. Oh, they're proliferating? I'm a little confused. Oh, they must play Crumhost Seed Shark, right? That's what these cards suggest. I'd like a swamp. I think we're going land, Dusk Legion, draw. We're trying to draw Thoughtseize here, apparently. I mean, not apparently, but just trying. Looter. Then next turn we can go like Harvester, Crew the Copter, attack with Mutavault. Or not. They have a freaking another Field of Ruin. So their Supreme Verdict is really, really bad against us with this setup. Which is why I didn't take it out of their hand with the Thoughtseize. Takenuma is really good here. Not really good, but it's playable. Let's see. What do we got to play around? Quench? And they don't play Quench. Alright, let's do this. Discard a land. We have a Ripper. Good. I think I'm just discarding and trying to draw a freaking Thoughtseize. Fine. Supreme Verdict, sure. That's pretty good. They have no creatures to sacrifice as Rain Reaper, so this basically hexproof. Oh. We're a long way away from this, right? We have another verdict, unfortunately. Wow. That Mutavault's really strong. We want a plus Sorin. Can't kill them. I think I want to go Preacher first. Animate this Mutavault. Gonna give this a counter. And I don't actually think we need this Fable anymore. I think I'm just looking for Thoughtseize effects, right? Nah, whatever. I'm just gonna decline this. We could use the Fable to crew the Copter next turn. Oh no, I have another Field of Ruin. That's a Stone Rain. Oh, that Field of Ruin was actually really strong. Gonna kill him. Augury. Weird. Okay. Vein Ripper doesn't say whenever another creature dies. This is whenever a creature dies, so it still triggers by sacking itself. Okay, so we're gonna go Sheoldred, Liliana, Bitter Triumph, Duress. We're gonna take out Fatal Pushes, and we are going to take out a couple Rippers. I think taking out a Ripper and a Sorin is fine. I'm not a fan of Mutavault or Bloodtithe Harvester. We don't have a play till turn 3. We don't even have a third land. We need a second land to even cast this Bloodtithe Harvester. Oh, this is hard. If we draw a third land, we can just go, like, do all these 3 things, but they might have, like, Dovin's Vetoes and stuff in their hand. Some mulligan this. Alright, this is much better. Holy crap. Like, am I putting back the Dusk Legion? Like, I want all these cards. Am I putting back a land on the draw? Am I greedy? No, I'm putting back the Dusk Legion. Ooh. Oh my god, what? Oh, what? Wow, reverse punished. Narset? I can't even cast Narset. I mean, I guess unless they Field of Ruin me. Oh, they can cast it now. Let's go land Bloodtithe. We literally just drew, like, the best possible cards. They're gonna Field of Ruin me. Unfortunately. Wait, if they Field of Ruin our Mutavault, and it's not our end step, we can duress them. So I play this first to make them Field of Ruin me. So then I play this. See if they Field of Ruin me. If they Field of Ruin me early, which they should never do, we can duress them. Okay, never mind. They're not going to do it. Unfortunate. Oh well. I gave them every possible opportunity to do it beforehand, and they didn't. Oh well. Sometimes you gotta play to your outs. Alright, now they jam Tezzeret and do nothing with it. Oh, they have a verdict. Sure. That's really unfortunate. Creature. I don't think we need this. I just want to draw a land. They did not do main 2 field. They waited for my end step. Oh my god. Good thing we have Liliana. Jesus Christ, I didn't know that was the reason. Cool thing about Preacher is that it doesn't matter. It attacks if it attacks a player with the most life or tied for the most life, make a 1/1. But if it attacks in general while you have the most life, you get to draw a card. I think this might be a concession, Liliana, though. It was not a concession, Liliana. Another... They just keep top-decking verdicts? Draw a card. Plus Lily. We're not going to need this Duress anymore. Go ahead. Authority of the Consuls? Sure. I'll just leave that Liliana right there. This comes in tapped in to gain life, but it is what it is. I'm gonna hold this in my hand for a blood token. Sick. Alright guys, thank you very much for hanging out. We did play against a couple control decks, and this deck is very good against control. Between the 4 Mutavaults, the 2 Hive of the Eye Tyrants, of course Fable is awesome against control, Smuggler's Copter is awesome against control, even cards like Dusk, Legion Zealot that just draws a card. This deck draws a lot of cards, are good against control. We didn't play against any aggro decks. We played against like Blue Eye Control, which was like a Tezzeret build of it, which wasn't like a meta deck by any means. But this deck won a Pro Tour, and those matches felt like really easy. So if this deck can win in a Pro Tour meta, but it can also beat like rogue decks, it's also a really good sign. So hope you like this deck. The deck list, as always, is down in the description below. This is my last video for Cool Stuff. If you made it this far and you love my content, don't worry. You can follow my YouTube channel and my regular YouTube channel, TheOneJame on YouTube. Or you can follow me on Twitch, follow me on Instagram or Twitter if you want any updates, if you want any more deck lists from me or things like that. Make sure to let me know in the comments if you do want to see more of my content, because that'll let me know whether I need to make a separate YouTube channel for my gameplay content or anything like that, because I won't be on Cool Stuffs anymore. So if you do like my content, please let me know, and I will see you. I always say that I'll see you in the next video, but I will not be seeing you in the next video, unfortunately. But keep watching the CoolStuffInc YouTube channel. They're awesome people. And I know that Jim Davis, Ali Eldrazi, Covert Go Blue, and friends have you in good hands. So I'm really sad that this is my last video, and sad that I can't make any videos for Cool Stuff anymore. But good things are yet to come. So if you like my content, make sure to let me know. I'll see you on the flip side. And as always, peace.